Well, we will get started. Welcome back, everyone. We all had a kind of a week off. I know some folks were camping. Others maybe had like a little bit more action for over the 4th. I certainly did. It felt like a really, it was really fun, but it was just, I have a really big family in where I went, and it's just a lot of interaction. And so I think this timing of, calming the energy down for July feels quite on point for me personally. The call for the next 3 weeks, so today and the next 2 weeks, is going to be this idea of, so we talked about expand in June, and so that's that expansive energy, showing up, taking up space. And then connect is the opposite of that. And so we still want to show up, we still want to take up space, but giving more energy to the exhale, to the calming, to the slowing, and the grounding. And so I find that this time of year calls for that, especially whether you're traveling or not. Just the energy of summer. There's so many things to do right now. And so, we can still do all that, but also be really focused on slowing down and giving ourselves a little extra space. And so today's class is so simple. And I actually was, as I'm sitting here, I'm like, should I make it more complicated? And like, the answer is no. The reason it's written this way is so that we take it simple and easy. And it doesn't mean that it's going to be, there's a lot of movement. So the overall theme of today's class is this meditative state, this idea of clearing the mind, letting all the things go. And I think at the end of the day, that idea of meditation or meditative is just being really simple and not making things really complicated. And so we're going to access that in our body by dropping into a simple movement and repeating it. And so the easiest example of that are sun salutations, which we're not going to do our typical sun salutation A, but we're going to do some other very familiar variations of that. And so, each time we drop into a movement, the idea is that we're going to stay there for a little bit so that your mind doesn't have to grip at the idea of the new thing, the complicated thing, the fancy thing. Instead, we're just going to do what's familiar and repeat it and then go with it. If you need to kind of add on in any way, go ahead. I'm going to do my best to keep it super simple and not embellish. And then we are going to have, the most of the class is pretty consistent movement in this way. So what that does leave out are kind of like long holds. There won't be a lot of those. But at the end, we are going to really reserve time to let all of that settle and let our bodies settle in just some gentle kind of ending restorative / stretches. So that's the plan. And I just hope that you can let your mind kind of follow the movement, follow the breath instead of whatever else is coming at you. So go ahead and just stand up. We'll go ahead and start standing. Wider feet. Take a couple moments just to take some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. And that alone just changes everything. It just changes our energy. It changes everything. Do a couple of those. And when you are ready, go ahead and start shrugging the shoulders way up to the ears. And then really releasing them down on the exhale. Keep going with those shoulder shrugs, big inhales, big exhales, letting the shoulders drop. And I'll meet you in a moment. Next time your shoulders drop down, just let them be and simply stand for a moment and try to not move. Again, I mentioned our whole class is going to be movement, but just take a couple moments in stillness without the fidgeting or the moving around, the adjusting. Chin drops to chest, roll neck one direction. So a couple of these, same direction. We want to give some attention, some focus onto those shoulders, neck, and jaw. The places that tend to get tight when our brain is tight. Next time your chin is towards your chest, go other way. Couple rolls this next direction. Next time chin is at chest, go ahead and lift up the head so that the chin is level. Inhale, reach arms to sky. Exhale, peel hands to heart. So keep going like that. Very simple. Arms up, inhale. Exhale. So as we start out here with kind of our first breath led movement, notice how quickly we can soften, how we can drop into our body, how we can anchor the focus and attention on that movement following breath. It's like all ships align and everything else falls away. Next time the hands land at the heart, pause, soften shoulders, lift the sternum. Just take a couple breaths again in stillness. It's a reminder of what happens when we get still. If you're not already at the top of your mat, go ahead and walk there now. We'll start with feet hips width apart. Inhale, arms up to sky. Exhale, fold over legs, touch the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left leg back, left knee down. Inhale, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, sink into hips and breathe here. So soften shoulders, lengthen neck, soften jaw. Couple breaths. Landing. So if your mind is ever gripping at something away from this mat, just try to bring the breath down towards the floor, that exhale, reminding you of where you are. Take a full inhale. On your exhale, hands frame, right foot, left knee lifts. Inhale, step back plank. And exhale to the mat unless you need to be off the belly. Inhale, peel up cobra, stay for the exhale. Take an inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. So a couple breaths just as you land, maybe the petals of the heels.
maybe stillness. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, left foot through to hands, right knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, and again, we'll stay. So sink in, lift up. And at the same time, what can you do to soften those places that hold that mental energy, jaw, neck, and shoulders? What can you do to exhale into the ground, affirming your left foot and your right knee to the ground? Take a full inhale. Exhale, hands down, right knee lifts. Inhale, top of mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, relax. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right leg back, same leg that was just back. Drop the knee. Inhale, lift up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, sink in. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, hands down, right knee lifts. Inhale, step back plank. Exhale to the mat. Inhale, lift your heart, cobra. Exhale, push through knees, downward dog. One full breath. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, foot through to hands, left knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, stay. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, hands down, left knee lifts. Inhale, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, relax. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left leg back, left knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, sink hips. Inhale, lift heart. Exhale, hands down, left knee lifts. Inhale, step back plank. Exhale to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. One breath. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, foot through to hands, right knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale. Inhale, lift heart. Exhale, hands down, right knee lifts. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. So we're going to pick up the pace one last time, moving with a half breath, half movement. If that feels jarring to you, then stay with the pace we've been working with. Meet us on your own time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right leg back, right knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down, right knee lifts. Inhale, step back plank. Exhale to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, foot through to hands, left knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down, left knee lifts. Inhale, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left leg back, left knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down, left knee lifts. Inhale, step back plank. Exhale to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, foot through to hands, right knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down, right knee lifts. Inhale, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, touch down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right leg back, right knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down, right knee lifts. Inhale, step back plank. Exhale to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right foot through, left knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down, left knee lifts. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart and pause. So just land right where you are. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, both feet back to plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. So without overthinking it, we're just going to go right into the next thing. It's familiar to everyone here. Lunge salutes without the chaturanga. So after we do the first one slow, we'll go into half breath, half movement, high lunge, downward dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, foot through to hands. Inhale, rise up, high lunge, and we'll pause. So just pause here, sink into the right thigh. Take a couple breaths, soften the shoulders, lift the chin, soften the jaw. Take a big inhale. Exhale, plant hands and step straight to downward dog. Take a breath. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, foot through to hands. Inhale, rise up, high lunge, same thing, pause. So left knee like a square, back leg straight, soft shoulders, lifted chin. Take a full inhale. Exhale, plant hands, downward dog. So again, we'll go right into that flow, even more simple than before. High lunge to downward dog, back and forth. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, foot through to hands. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhales, left foot forward. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right foot forward. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, foot forward. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, foot forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, foot forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, dog. On your own, keep going. So I'm not offering a ton of variations or modifications, but you know what you need. Finish the cycle you're on and do one more. Land in downward dog. Walk your hands to your feet. Fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, stand, hands at heart or to your sides. Once again, just kind of remembering stillness. You're going to pour the weight into the right foot. Lift the left knee up. Hold the shin if you like. And then open the knee up. You can hold the shin or place foot into inner right thigh. Reach arms up. Breathe. Tree pose. So we will be still here. Besides the wobbling. Just kind of let your mind come back into your body, your breath. Slow down. Maybe you take your hands behind your heart or holding opposite elbows. Just take a couple moments. Good. Release your hands if you've got them. Step your left foot to the ground. Just feel both feet, the actual feet on the texture of the mat. And then pour your weight into your left foot. Same thing, other side. Hug your right knee in. Open it up. Maybe you hold here, or placing foot into inner thigh or the calf. Tree pose. And again, there's always going to be the wobble. That's where the focus comes in. And you keep your focus close. And you keep your focus simple. Again, maybe you adjust those hands, a little stretch of the wrists or the elbows or shoulders. Take another deep breath. Release the hands, release the foot, and again, just feel the texture of the mat underneath your feet. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, walk it out into downward dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, foot through to hands. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. And exhale right away into warrior two, and we'll pause. So let's just take a breath here. Soften the shoulders, reach the fingers wide, get a little lower in your right thigh. Next inhale, lift right hand up and over for peaceful. Stretch and breathe. Take an inhale. On an exhale, land your forearm, reach your left arm up, side angle pose, really lift that left side body. Inhale, warrior two. And exhale, I know we haven't done any chaturangas, but if you feel right for it, just go right into a chaturanga or any other variation of a vinyasa. Moving to downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, foot through to hands. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. And right away, exhale into warrior two and pause. Soft shoulders, reach arms and breathe. Inhale, peaceful warrior, pause here. Try to stay low in that left thigh, lengthening spine, pushing in through both feet. Full inhale. On an exhale, left forearm to thigh, right arm overhead. And again, kind of lift that right side body as best you can. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands frame foot in again. Just flow. Whatever that means for you. So we're going to do that same sequence again, pretty familiar sequence, half a breath, half movement. If that feels a little much for you, slow it down. Another option is to just remove the chaturanga altogether and you just go straight to downward dog. Another option is to stay standing the whole while and not come back to downward dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, foot through. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands, frame, foot to flow. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, foot through. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands, frame, foot to flow. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, foot through. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands, frame, foot, and flow. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, send it through. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands, frame, foot, and flow. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, send it through. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands, frame, foot, and flow. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, send it through. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, hands, frame, foot, flow. Last cycle on your own. Don't overthink it. Take your time meeting in downward dog. Go ahead and drop your knees. Sitting on your shins. Arms open, inhale. Exhale, hug your right elbow underneath your left. Just start here. So you've just got your two hands on your shoulders, adding some weight. We're going to do a little bit of cow-cat in here. So on an exhale, you round your heart. On an inhale, you kind of lift those elbows. So if this feels good, you can just stay. Or you can move into eagle arms. Feel that throughout your shoulders, neck, and jaw. Good. Release your hands. Do a couple of shoulder shrugs with no arms. And then inhale, arms open. Exhale, left arm underneath. So again, just start by having your hands heavy on your shoulders. And then a couple shoulder shrugs. And then from here, moving into eagle, if that feels good to you. Letting your neck, shoulders, jaw soften. Good. Go ahead and release. Mobilize the shoulders a little bit. And meet back in downward facing dog. We're going to do one more kind of stronger movement before we take it down to some quieter movements. So again, something very familiar from downward dog. Take a big inhale here. On an exhale, right foot steps outside of hand. Inhale, twist open. Exhale, hand down, right leg back. Inhale here. Exhale, left. Inhale. Exhale, down and back. Inhale to reset. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale back. Inhale to reset. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale back. Inhale to reset. So keep going. Of course, you could do this on your hands and knees. You don't actually have to be in downward dog. Just step a foot forward, and then you could take the twist with that back knee down. So we'll do this a couple more times. It doesn't matter how many times per side. But if you want to speed it up just a little bit, or kind of a lot of it, you can step forward and inhale on the same, step back and exhale, step forward and inhale, step back and exhale. So taking it down to just a single breath per movement. Couple more each side. Good, and then the next time you come back to downward dog, lay on the knees, come into child's pose. In child's pose, take your left hand to your low back, so your left elbow's bent. Just kind of settle in for a moment. Move left hand forward, switch out right. Elbow bent. Go ahead and come into regular child's pose with the arms reaching forward. See if we can soften the back of your heart a little bit. Come up into hands and knees. Couple cow cat here. So hands truly underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Open, inhale, close, exhale. Couple more. Let's land in this for a moment. Go ahead and come into a neutral spine. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, slide your right arm through, and we're going to do that a couple times. So right side only. Inhale, reach. Exhale, kind of slide and hover. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Good. One more inhale. And then exhale, slide under and land. So you want to land on that shoulder and therefore also the right side of your face. I like to use my left fingertips to kind of steer the hips so they're more upright rather than tilting to the left. And again, just breathe into shoulders, neck, and jaw. Come back out, set up into hands and knees, wiggle around, cow cat, whatever you need. Second side. Inhale, twist left arm. Exhale, thread and hover. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread. Several times. Dropping in just like you have all other movements. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, land that left shoulder and then your face as well. Use the right hand to kind of steer the hips towards center. And just take some deep breaths. Letting the breath ground you right where you are. Nothing else to do. Take another deep breath. Press up, come to hands and knees. And then rock onto your seat. Move your feet forward. We're landing on the back. So all the way onto your back. Once you get here, arrange so that you really can rest, meaning ponytail out of the way, clothing that might be restricting, whatever it is. And then go ahead and start doing some windshield wipers with the knees. Whether that is, I'm doing it kind of fast, or if you want to slow it down and link it with the breath, whatever feels right. And come into stillness. And have the legs set up for bridge. I always like to straighten the legs in between those movements. So we're going to have the legs set up for bridge. Come in to check that the heels are close enough to your hands. They're not far away from your hips. And that the feet are more or less parallel. Again, just take a moment to feel that texture underneath the soles of your feet. Hands will be down by your hips. We're going into breathing bridge, which means you lift the hips on the inhale, arms go all the way overhead to touch overhead, and then both come down at the exact same time. So on an inhale, tailbone lifts you up, all the way up, arms touch, and exhale, it all comes down together. Inhale, lift with tailbone, hips go high. Exhale all the way down. And we'll do this a few times. No need to count. Just let the movement kind of work itself out. Couple more. The next time you lift up, if you want to keep the movement, you can, of course. Or bring your hands down, but keep the hips lifted. Interlace the hands, walk the shoulders underneath you, and breathe here. So now give some more energy to the feet. Lift the hips. Lengthen the spine so your knees move away from the body while hips stay lifted. 2 more breaths. If you want, you can see about lowering your hips onto your clasped hands. For me, that feels good. A little stretch for the elbows. If it does not feel good or it feels like you're overstretching in some way, don't do it. Inhale, lift back up, free up the arms. And exhale, everything comes to the ground. Once again, kind of adjust as needed. Bring your right ankle over your left knee. Lift your left foot off of the ground. Hold the shin or behind the thigh for pigeon stretch. So starting to wind down, letting go of movement, and really just dropping into the body. Pull the knee in as much as feels comfortable for the stretch on the right side. Take some deep breaths into those muscles that hold you up, walk you around, keep you grounded. Release the hands, bring the left foot to the ground. Switch sides, right foot down, left foot ankle on top of right knee. Hold right shin or behind right thigh. Pigeon stretch, second side. Give a little pressure, but only as much as it feels like a stretch that works for your body. Keep breathing. See if you can start really softening into the stillness. Go ahead and release. Extend your legs long. Feet as wide as your mat. We're going into banana stretch. So left ankle where it is on that left corner of your mat. Bring your right ankle on top. Keep your shoulders more or less where they are. And then reach your right hand all the way over to the left hand on top. So if you feel like you don't quite have enough of a stretch, you just kind of wiggle the hands and the ankles over to the left side while staying in, keeping your hips anchored. It doesn't need to be the biggest stretch because as we stay here for a couple breaths, you start to feel things unwind. Take just a couple more breaths. See if you can slow the breath down. Those exhales anchor the body to the earth. Unwind the arms, unwind the right leg. Take a breath here. Left ankle goes over right ankle. Left hand reaches way over to the right. Right hand anchors left. Again, if you feel like you've got a little more stretch in you, you can move those limbs, but keep your hips anchored. Keep breathing, softening. If the tension drifts, landed on sensation in the body. Unwind. And just unwind right into Shavasana. Just take that calm, quiet space right into Shavasana. Take a deeper inhale. Exhale out of your mouth. Do that again. Go ahead and roll to one side. Come up to a comfortable seat. And we will just pause for a moment in that seat. Don't necessarily need to call it a meditation, but pausing right where you are in your body, in your space. Attention stays inward. So simple. Nothing to do, nothing to fix. Right where you are.
Take a deeper breath. Exhale out of mouth. Inhale, arms to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Thank you for being here, everyone. Have a really great rest of your evening, great week, and I will see you soon. Thanks, Wesley. Hi, Sarah. Another outdoor person. Love it.
Thanks, Kat.
Bye, Marissa. Great to see you.